Hello and welcome to another Career Tips for a Crazy World. We're going to continue on the interview theme today. And the question is, I'm going to answer, I've been told it's multiple interviews. How many do you think? I've been told it's multiple interviews. How many do you think? Well, on average, companies conduct between 2 and 4 interviews between making a final hiring decision. However, it's important to note that there's no one size fits all approach. It can be different from company to company and from hiring to hiring, even within that company. So the number of interviews can vary depending on several factors. And here are the factors. The entry level interviews, they often require 1 or 2 interviews. That makes sense. Then the mid level, the higher up, typically involve 2, sometimes 3, or pushing it at 4 interviews. And then a senior level, a very senior level, may require 3 or more interviews. But I have seen them go up to 15. Yes, 15 interviews. How about that? Pretty longer schedule. So companies have several reasons for conducting multiple interviews because this is very important. It costs a lot to hire anybody. So, number one is the credential verification. So, ensuring that candidates possess the right skills, the skills that they are asking for in that job, and the knowledge claimed on their resume. So, matching the two and trying to catch up, trying to catch them out to see if there's any inequality there. And then number two is assessing the job capability, determining if you can handle a specific requirements of that role. Because you may, on your resume, think that you can hire those, but when you come to articulate it, perhaps you cannot fulfill those obligations. So number three is personality assessment, getting to know you beyond your personal or your professional persona. So gathering diverse opinions, let's delve into that. It allows different stakeholders to evaluate candidates. So you might have interviews with different people throughout the corporation or the company as they progress. So while there's no strict rule, most job seekers feel that more than 4 interviews are excessive. I can understand that too. Extended interview processes can lead to various things like candidate fatigue, decreased interest in the position, and potential loss of excellent talent to the competitors. So they are aware, but it does take time. So you need to plan your schedule carefully. You can get yourself into multiple offers too. So leave enough time between interviews for preparation and follow up. Remember, if you look at my previous, many of my previous YouTube videos, I say a job search, if you are in career transition, i.e., unemployed, is a full time job. The more effort, the more hours you give to it, the better the rewards will be at the other end. Then prioritize your options. Rank the potential employers based on your interest and the fit and the culture of that organization. Number three, stay consistent. Treat into each interview as a separate event. Treat it as a conversation between people, avoiding comparisons between companies. Number four, manage your stress. Take care of your well-being. Don't get agitated or frustrated. It can be a very frustrating exercise. But so maintain your well-being as you go through not just the job search, but the interview process. So finally, to wrap up, coping with multiple interviews revolves around 2 key things: organization, well, three key things: organization, planning, and selling yourself, because you are a salesperson. So, number one, create a detailed schedule of all your interviews on an Excel spreadsheet, including the dates, times, locations, and contact information. And then have room for notes: why you think you didn't do well, or why you think you did well, why you think you are the perfect candidate. Number two, leave enough time between interviews for preparation and follow up, ideally at least a day or two. Although I have had clients just recently with 4 interviews in a day, and that's really pushing it. It's pushing your exhaustion, your emotions. So prioritize your options based on your interest, fit, and potential to allocate your attention and effort effectively. Remember, your goal is at the end to find the right fit for both you and the employer. It's a marrying of two people, two skills. So be patient, bite your tongue, stay focused, and put your best foot forward in each interview. I will see you tomorrow for Tuesdays at 2, where I will go in depth on another interview question, as I have been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks, a different interview question in depth. And there's this series on interviews will come at the end of middle of March. So good luck with your job search, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time, where I will go in depth on a particular interview question.